Hey guys, this is Ram here. I'm trying to help you out with building your own loan amortization calculator, especially for, let's say, if you're trying to buy a home and you don't want to give out a lot of your information just to kind of see what will be your payment or monthly payments and things like that. So here we go. So I'm using LibreOffice Calc. If you have Excel, it's pretty much very similar. You can type in, you create a spreadsheet just like this. You want a principal amount that you're going to take the loan out for. This is the rate that you desire to get. And so just type in these two things and then create your own table here. Let's say month, uh, principal outstanding, which will be at the very first month. It's same as the principal, so we just do an equal to and put a B1. B1 is the cell here, right here. So that's what I have there. And so the payment is, let's say, something we want a desired payment level of 1600. I'm trying to come up with this amount here, and see what I can afford, basically, for my monthly income. Let's say, if your income is $4,000, you don't want your monthly payments, like the take home income is $4,000, you don't want it to go beyond 1600, something like that. So like 40% max. But anyway, it's up to you to play around with this number. But the key calculations are here. So first, what you want to find out is the bank, when you pay this amount, they're going to first take whatever they need to pay off the interest, and only the balance will be used to pay off the principal. So how does that work? So take a look at this. So I'm going to use the B8, which is this principal is the outstanding amount. Principal times the rate of interest, which is captured here in B2 and C2. The way I have it in C is, so this is the annual interest rate. So we have to convert it to a monthly interest rate. So we just divide this by 12 months in the year to get the monthly interest rate, right? So this is the number that gets multiplied by the $180,000 to come up with, okay, so that's going to be $471, and I'm rounding it off to the nearest dollars so we don't have to mess around with cents and things like that. So this is an approximate tool, but anyway, so this is the interest amount going towards your interest. So the rest of this 1600, which will be C minus D, right? C8 minus D8, and that's going to go towards the principal. So once you pay off the principal out of this 180,000, your new outstanding principal is basically B8, which is this 180,000 minus this 1,129, E8. So that's how we calculate the new outstanding amount, which will be the carry forward on the outstanding loan. All right, so that's how we calculate this first row. Then it's pretty much a matter of dragging and dropping. Of course, here the new principal outstanding, I copy, you know, um, here F8. So once you set up two rows, then you can just keep dragging this down. And I have some, intelligence that you can build around this if you want. But let's keep it simple. So that's pretty much how you calculate it. And then to drag the formula, you just select it and basically, copy the formulas, drag them around like that. So you can keep dragging the formulas down and you get the amounts calculated. All right, so you can take a look at, okay, if I have this amount of, payments, how many months it's going to literally take me to pay it off, right? And you can keep dragging until this kind of reaches the zero, or nearly zero. So as you can see here, about 133 payments would be required, right? 133 months. So then it starts to go into a negative principal. So probably I'm going to stop with that. So 133 months is dividing it by 12. That's going to be 11 years. I should be able to pay this off close to 11 or to 12 years, or 11 and a half years. So that's pretty much where we stand. So based on this, you can try to balance pretty much all the factors here. See if if your rate is going to be different. Let's say you're not going to get 3.14 these days, so it's like more like 4 point, let's say 3. What's going to be the deal, right? Obviously now it's going to take more time, because you're not done paying off your loan in 133 months. But what's the corrective mechanism? Maybe you can afford to pay more per month, instead of 1,600. Maybe you can start paying 1,800. Does that still help? But as you can see, the yeah, but yep, that helped. So that's not bad. So you can start paying this. But what if you're not sure? What if you're not sure about, hey, I can't commit to 1,800? What do I want to do? Right. So then you can look at, okay, you know what? Let me keep it at 1,600. I just did a control Z, keep this at 1,600, but maybe I can afford to pay off something additional. Maybe I can add something like this, an additional payment I can make if your bank allows that. Additional payments. Um, maybe I get a bonus or something on a quarterly basis, or I just find some money once in a quarter, so maybe after every 3 months, I pay another $300. So what we'll have to do is to kind of change the formula slightly to say, okay, this is going to be also to take away the additional payment. The entire additional payment would come off from the principal. So we should do that, and that should take care of this. So let me just drag this and see how things go. All right, usually in Excel, you're good if you double click. So this is LibreOffice. I'm trying to drag this down and see if that helps me out. All right, so what did I do? So maybe every 3 months you have another $300 payment, right? So, or maybe every month you make $100 payment. So I'm just trying to make things simple. So you basically get the idea. I'm going to drag this every month. I make another additional payment of 100. Now, the key thing is this is an optional payment you're making. You're not committed to it with the bank. So the bank is not going to be upset if you don't do this additional 100. You can even do an additional 500, but basically this is another tool that's trying to give you an option. Hey, you know what? If I pay another 100 every month, I'm still able to make this, even though my interest rate is higher, right? So I hope you enjoyed this tool. It's pretty simple to set up using Excel by yourself, and you don't have to give away a lot of your private information out on the web. All right. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe or click on the like button, or please leave your remarks. Most likely I'm not going to reply to them. Thank you. Bye-bye.